Thank you very much, Bill. And let me also introduce a special guest today. It's really a pleasure to have the commissioner of the Summit League with us here today, Tom Duple. Thank you for coming from Chicago area for this announcement today. Thank you all very much for coming. For the past 6 months, we have searched across the United States for our next director of intercollegiate athletics. It turns out that that person was right here in our midst. This person will become the first female athletic director at IPFW in its history, one of 2 female athletic directors in the Summit League, and the only current female athletic director among the 10 NC2A Division I schools in the state of Indiana. She has coached at IPFW for 15 seasons spanning 20 years, and her 314 wins makes her the winningest coach in program history. She has a career record of 451 wins, 229 losses. Her 83 Summit League wins rank 3rd in Summit League history, and her 314 career wins rank her 1st in school history. I wanted to say that a second time. She led her teams to Summit League tournament titles in 2009 and in 2012. She was the senior woman administrator for 12 years and was most recently named the interim director of athletics since August of last year. And I think you all know of whom I'm speaking. I am very proud to announce IPFW's new Director of Intercollegiate Athletics, Kelley Hartley Hutton.
Thank you, Chancellor Carwine. Thank you for this huge opportunity. Thank you for 7 months ago asking me to step outside my comfort zone. She asked a couple times, by the way. She's very persistent. But thank you for your leadership and for understanding athletics' place in higher education. That means a lot to our department. Thank you. I am so honored to serve IPFW as the Director of Athletics. Fort Wayne is my home. I am a Mastodon, and blue has always been my favorite color. IPFW is Fort Wayne's team. This city should be very proud of the student athletes, the way they compete at the very highest level of collegiate athletics. I know I am. And we will continue to do our part. My immediate priority will continue to be to reach out to donors, fans, certainly alumni, and keep them excited about Mastodon athletics. And there's a lot to be excited about right now. Just to name a few things, we all know about Coach Ball and his legacy. He's a Hall of Fame coach, his legacy to men's volleyball. The 3 NCAA postseason tournaments our women's tennis team has represented IPFW in. I don't know if Coach Burns is here. Coach Harper brings thousands, he has brought thousands of kids to the front door of this university with his Mini-Dons program. Women's basketball, led by Coach Paul, defeated Michigan State this year, and Amanda Hyde, senior Amanda Hyde, is just racking up the national accolades. Men's basketball is on the verge of a 20-win season, no small feat, and the very strong Summit League. And softball, I know our coaches are here, I just saw them, big high fives in the back, knocked off top 15 team Texas off to a 7-2 start. And of course, the countless academic accolades our athletes achieve every year, including academic All-Americans. But there is work to be done. Number one, we need to continue to raise resources for scholarships to move us forward so that all of our student athletes have the opportunity to compete for championships in the Summit League and the MIVA. Number two, we need to upgrade facilities. And number three, We need to continue to collaborate on campus with all the very strong academic units to both retain and recruit the athletes we bring to IPFW. And IPFW is very fortunate that I am following in the shoes of Tommy Bell, a very good director of athletics. He moved us forward, and I thank and credit him for all he did while he was at the helm here. I was going to say something about jumping into his shoes, but I often wear prettier shoes than Tommy did, so I won't. Other people I definitely need to thank, all the way from Chicago, the Commissioner of Athletics, Tom Duple. I think that goes to say what Fort Wayne means to this league. Stan Davis, it's been fun to get to know you. This guy is certainly fun, but what a wealth of institutional knowledge. And I've learned a lot and respect you immensely. The search committee, Dan Gephardt's here today. Hall of Famer, I'm sorry I didn't put that first. Hall of Famer Dan Gephardt. When you serve on a search committee, it's very time consuming. But I can tell you they did a very thorough job. The athletic staff, my friends, thank you. Their teamwork, their hard work, the long hours, it overwhelms me. Thank you. I particularly need to thank, though, the people I spend a lot of time with in meetings as we really try to make decisions in what's best for our student athletes here at IPFW. Those folks are Senior Associate Director of Athletics, Tim Heffron, in the front row here. Please wave. Associate AD, Chris Kusnar, and Wendy Wilson in compliance. A lot of closed door meetings with those folks. The coaches, head coaches, assistant coaches, a lot of you here today, everybody, these are the best ambassadors for this university, without a doubt. They work 7 days a week to serve student athletes and to move this university forward. Thank you for your effort. All 260 of our student athletes, I know they're not here today, they better be in class, but particularly the SALT group, the student athlete leadership team. They were involved in the process, and I don't know if Tim Salties is here today. There he is. What a leader right there, guys. Probably a CEO one day. That interview with SALT was probably the most difficult. The toughest questions were asked by those student athletes. Thank you for making me sharper. Well, I have to thank my family. Is Craig here? He's always in the back. Well, first I have to tell a little story. This may have been, I just recognized the other day, something genetic that was bound to happen for me in my career path. I have a twin brother. He was a very good basketball coach. He's now an AD at a high school. I have an uncle, very successful basketball coach in Michigan. In fact, he has the basketball court named after him, and he is currently serving as athletic director at that institution. And then my father-in-law, John Hutton, is a Hall of Fame football coach. Also ended up being director of athletics up at Garrett High School, not far away. So maybe it was genetic, I don't know. But thank you to Craig. Craig's been there through Summit League championships. Excuse me, I never do that either. Summit League championships, NCAA tournaments, disappointing losses, the recruiting, and he toes the line. So thank you. I also probably should thank my daughter, Kennedy. She's at school where she belongs right now. But you know, when I told her about this, of course, she wanted to know how it was going to affect her. She just wanted to make sure that she could still visit Steve-O, Mr. Ron, Miss Peggy, the volleyball girls, and now she's cool with it. So, and I can't think of a better place for my daughter to grow up than IPFW. Lastly, a thank you to the women's volleyball team. Some of those athletes are here right now. Thank you to the staff, Steve, Florio, Garrett Bitter. I can't think of a better 20th and final season than to share it with you. What a mature group of young women that I coached this year. And I just told them about the direction of the program before this announcement, and they congratulated me. and took that news with the maturity I would expect. But in this world that often people that age can't see past the nose on their face, and that's not what I got from them today. They saw the big picture. Thank you for that. And with that comes my first duty as Director of Athletics. I get to name my first official duty anyway, because in the last 7 months I did try and make some things happen. My first official duty, though, is to name the next head women's volleyball coach here at IPFW. With 11 years on the staff and our lead recruiter, his work ethic and his teaching philosophy are all over our program's success. He serves on the AVCA national committees. He's a well-known presenter on the topic of court communication. He is one of the best volleyball minds in the country, no doubt. His loyalty to this university is solid, too. On behalf of the university, on behalf of the director on behalf of IPFW Athletics, our next head women's volleyball coach, Steve Florio.